So we've had a little bit of an agenda reshuffle, I'm afraid, because Ben from Meta could not present today. So hopefully we'll get that some other day. But instead, we have the privilege of having Jen give an update from LINX on LINX communities and a few other things that are happening right now. So over to you, Jen.
Yes, hi, me again. So you're having a bit of a sales and marketing morning this morning, so a bit of a change, but we thought it was a good opportunity to highlight some of the work that our team do. So I'm Jen, I'm the CCO, and our team is made up of the sales team. So you just saw Inga there presenting on Nairobi, but we've also got Colin, Terry, Lil, this is testing me now, Justin, and all the others. And then we got the marketing team that you know and love, the guys at the desk there, the guys that do all the events and social media, etc., the website. A lot of stuff goes on in the background there with marketing, brand awareness, all the rest of it. And then we've got Mike and the product team, which is Mike, Ty, and Joram, who's here today. So I just thought I'd highlight a couple of things that have been going on. So we've all heard about Nairobi just now, and we're all very excited about Nairobi and very pleased and proud of the way it's going. But we are very cautious not to forget our other exchanges. So Manchester had a big birthday at the end of last year, and then NoVA was 10 at the beginning of this year. So as part of the Nanog event that happened over there, the guys went over and hosted a 10th birthday party for NoVA just to get in touch with those members again and really highlight the work that we've been doing over there. So it's been a bit of a busy first half of the year for NoVA. So we did the architecture refresh. So you can see the team there on the ground, updating all that architecture. And part of that was also bringing the Equinix Ashburn site into the ring fully, because before it was just a satellite site. So yeah, the team did a great job over there. It's now all fully refreshed, all on the new infrastructure. We've got maps over there. We've got the private VLAN closed user group products as well. So we're really pleased with the way that that refresh has gone. And as part of, whilst that was going on and whilst the 10th birthday party was going on, we've had some new members join as well. And we've had 300 gig ports come live in the last few months, which is brilliant because we then saw this happening to the traffic. And I know we all get sick of traffic graphs, but we're quite pleased with this one. It really is a big spike for NoVA, and it's been quite a consistent spike as well. Obviously, this graph is from last week, but it is maintaining those levels moving forward. So we're really pleased with NoVA as well. So you've seen, obviously, I mentioned the NoVA birthday, and Inga was talking about going out to Nairobi and the events that we've been doing out there, but I did want to just take a minute to talk about the events and why we go there. So it's quite difficult for poor Lindsay on social media to not put that we're at events, because obviously the whole point of being at events is that we're getting that brand awareness, we're trying to meet members, we're trying to meet partners, we're trying to meet prospects. So you will see a lot of activity on social media about the events and the travel that the team do. And we do try and supplement that with other content, other details and blogs and things from the technology team. And there is actually a really good blog of the NoVA build on LinkedIn if anybody wants to go and have a look at that. But we have meetings in the run-up to our budget. So we have to do a budget every year to obviously say what we're going to spend, what we're going to bring in next year. So in the run-up to the budget, then the team come together and we analyse the events and we decide which ones we're going to be doing for the sort of next 6 months. We do it in a 6-month rolling cycle, and Steve and Holly and Megan get together and decide which events we're going to go to. They decide what we're going to do at those events, because some events, well, not all events, we try and get somebody either on the stage or on a panel session or speaking or having an interview or something. So we try and get brand awareness secured in for all of the events. But then obviously we have targets of trying to meet with the members, trying to get new opportunities in for new memberships, but also making sure that we're also reaching out and speaking to all our strategic partners globally. to check in on the new opportunities, like Curtis mentioned yesterday, and the strategy. We've got that Horizon 3 of searching for new opportunities and making sure that we're sustainable moving forward. So quite a part of the event travelling is getting that industry feedback as well on what's going on. And that industry feedback also feeds into our market analysis reports that we do twice a year. We feed these market analysis reports back to the senior managers and to the board, and those market analysis reports then feed into the strategy. Again, so what Curtis referenced yesterday. So there's a lot of work that goes on at these events that isn't just cocktails and Inga eating caviar and drinking moe, and which we joke about quite a lot. So yeah, there's a lot of prep that goes into these, and I just wanted to expose a little bit about how we analyse which events are successful or not. So Holly does a great job now of actually analysing the leads that we get from events. So this can be, it's not an exact science, but when the team go out to the events, they make sure that they love doing this, sitting in the airport on the way home, filling in their event reports, which they get a bit sick of us nagging them for, but it's really important. So their event reports is obviously they write up every single meeting or conversation they've had. They put it in our CRM database. They tag it for the event that it was. They tag the lead or the opportunity that came out of it, which means that any leads or opportunities that actually go all the way through the sales pipeline through to being brought live on the exchange, we can associate that back to either one event or a number of events or a particular conversation. This isn't just for events either. We track queries through the website as well. We track queries that just from leads from other members and partners and things. So there's a number of sort of metrics that we look at on a regular basis for these events. We also set, so for an event, we'll say, right, we need to come up with 10 leads and we need to have 20 active conversations. Now, active conversations is more than just, oh, hi, how are your kids? How was your holiday? It was actually some sort of feedback or lead, and we track these as well so that we can also make sure that we are feeding back to marketing and to Kat, who's our membership manager, about the feedback that we're getting from members. So, long story, but at the end of the day, we're not just at events to get leads in, to get revenue, although that is one of the things that we can track quite nicely now. We also we go to these events to get the feedback from the members, to understand how we can bring more value to them. And another big part of it is just brand awareness. Some events that we go to, some of it can just be we need to be seen there, and whether that be we have a stand there, it can be sort of feeder events that are feeding into a larger opportunity later down the line, but there's not many of those. Most of the events do have a solid sort of pipeline coming out of them. So yeah, I just wanted to explain a little bit more about our decision making behind events and what we try to get out of them. So that's that one. So rounding up the event topic, these are some events, not all the events, but these are some events coming up that I wanted to just mention. So you might have seen floating around social media a new event called Net UK. And this is an event that we are supporting in its infancy to get up and off the ground and get up and running. And that event is taking place next month on the 8th and 9th of July. Similar format to these events that we have here, sort of half-day social and then full day of content. I'm assured that the planning committee have got a lot of very good content for that. They're very excited about it. So we're really pleased to see that happening. It's at the IET Savoy Place down by the river. And if you want to get tickets for it, so the registration's now open, and we do believe it's going to sell out. So it's tickets.netuk.org, if anybody wants to go and have a look. So it's tickets.netuk.org. And that's the event there. So you'll see if you go to that event, you'll see some LINX staff hovering about. Now, it's not because it's our event. We're not necessarily sponsoring it, but we are supporting it from a logistics point of view and from a awareness side of things as well. So it'd be great to see any members or anybody you know, especially targeting sort of students and people who are new into the industry. There is a student ticket available. If you know anybody who's either looking for work or looking to find out more about the industry in the UK, then feel free to pop them an invite as well. EPF, which is the European Peering Forum, which we've been doing for many, many years with NetNode, AMSIX and DKIX, and that is in Vienna this year. So again, if you haven't registered for that yet and you want to go, then that's, if you just Google European Peering Forum, that'll come up. And then the next time we're back here is in November, which is the 20th and 21st of November, in this venue for our 30th birthday. So the birthday parties tend to be quite good events. There's always a lot of people there, a lot of activity. So we'd love to see as many of you as possible register for that event in November. But that will be our last event in this particular venue. Next year, we will be moving to a new venue in London. And part of that process is, obviously, you've seen all the stats that we do for ROI on events. So part of that is us also looking at these meetings and how we run them. What is the best value for money? What is the best value for the membership? So part of Holly's job is going and finding new venues, securing new dates, but there might be a slight change with either the length that we do or the number of meetings, but Holly is very, very close to having it all nailed down for next year, so we'll get it out in public as soon as we can about the dates and what we're planning for next year. No massive drastic changes, but we do want to make sure we're getting best value for money and delivering that value to the members. So yeah, it'll be quite exciting next year to have a change of scenery, freshen it up a little bit. So yeah, we will let you know ASAP which venue it is and the dates for those meetings moving forward. And then finally, I just wanted to do another plug for LINX Community. I know Richard mentioned it yesterday, but we are quite pleased with it and the way it's going. We've had nearly 200 people sign up for it, which is great. So I know Richard went over it yesterday, but it's sort of, again, going back to member engagement, member feedback, the idea is really providing you guys with a tool for interacting with each other and also feeding back to us any thoughts or ideas that you'd like to see. So I would encourage everybody to get an account and log in and start posting, because when we get the first sort of few posts up and running, I think it will really take off. And that's our next point with that is to really encourage the content. As I said, to enhance the engagement and collaboration between the members, give you guys a platform for sharing ideas with each other. But there's a lot of literature on there as well about our products, our lands, and there's also the information channels. So I know that yesterday there was a comment on, well, I only want to see the mailing list that I want to see, and that is possible on Community. You can just go in there and subscribe to certain notice lists, and then you can just go in and check those lists. I think you get a notification as well if there's a new, yeah. So if you wanted to just subscribe to LOM1 and Manchester, then you could do that, and then if something gets posted to the list, then you will get a notification saying there's a new announcement in that folder. And then again, yeah, just general questions, discussions, all the rest of it. So yeah, 174 members so far. We do have people sort of logging in all the time, and yeah, please get involved. Use it either to feedback to us or to chat to other people. You can like things and all that jazz. So yeah. So that's it from me. If anybody's got any questions about any of that or anything to do with sales and marketing, product.
Thanks, Jen. Any questions? We do have a bit of extra time, so if there are any questions to Jen, feel free to ask them now. No? Crystal clear? Okay. Well, thank you very much, Jen.